know. Now we've got a really special guest on the show. 36 years young she is. She's called Sonali Chandra, and she is a comedian entertainer who took part in a reality show called Five Guys a Week. However, is famously still a virgin. Hi, Sonali. Can you hear me okay?
I can hear you very well.
Oh,
Thank
you
for
look
having me.
so beautiful. Thank you for coming on the show. I've been watching clips of you. I'm fascinated. I think this is fantastic. So just tell us your story.
Gosh, where do I begin? I was born and raised in America to immigrant parents from India, all the way from the other side of the world. They had an arranged marriage. They were virtually strangers when they got married. And then a couple of years later, I was born. And so, yeah, even though I was raised in America, they raised me as if I was in India.
Okay.
And, my well-intentioned parents, they meant well, but they instilled very conservative Indian values in me, meaning no dating, no socializing, no sleepovers, no prom, no dorming in college. Because what do kids do on college campuses? My dad asked me. He's like, oh, kids do hanky-panky.
Oh, I love it.
So that was one aspect of my upbringing. But I will say this. On the flip side, I grew up learning Indian classical dance, and I watched Bollywood movies, which instilled in me what romance is like.
And Indian classical dance, by the way, is absolutely beautiful. As an ex-dancer, I do understand that. It's very beautiful.
Can you demonstrate it now, please?
It's all very, but no.
I thought you were gonna-
I won't do
We
it
don't have enough room
justice.
here.
Yeah.
I thought you were going to hit me.
No, it's very beautiful. It's a bit like ballet, but with like a, yeah, it's quite disciplined. Sonali, you're a virgin, and can we say you're proud to be a virgin?
I am damn proud to be a virgin.
Wow. Now, apparently men ghost you when they discover that you're a virgin, and immediately my thinking was this. Do you not think that maybe the idea that somebody would be taking your virginity could actually be quite a lot for a guy to handle? No?
I would assume so, yes.
Do you think that might be why they ghost you, or do you think it's the opposite? It's because they think they've got no chance?
I think it's too much for them to handle.
Yeah. I think so. And you've mentioned about arranged marriage, which, but so I'm gonna guess obviously that you've not had an arranged marriage. Do your parents want to get involved? Do you have to say, step back, mum and dad, this is on me?
My parents have been bugging me to agree to an arranged marriage since the day I graduated college. That was in 2009. So for over 14 years now, I've been fighting them on it. Arranged marriage, it's your parents choosing who you're going to be sleeping with. My parents never talked to me about sex, which I don't call sex, by the way. I call making love. But this is gross.
You're a very old-fashioned romantic. You really are, because it's quite beautiful. Alexander's itching to speak to you.
It's totally inspiring what you've done. I mean, I can't say more than that. But what I really wanted to ask is,
she's not done anything.
I'm a bit nervous.
Hang on. Doing nothing is one of the most difficult things you can do, Andre. All right, so bear that in mind and remember that while I'm talking about this bit here. Right, so Sonali, I really wanted to ask you what inspired the virginity for so long, and what's kept you on track. What sort of held you together against temptation?
Well, first of all, I think definitely the emotional side effect of being ghosted once I lose my virginity. I want a man who's going to be there with me for eternity. So definitely that's something from an emotional standpoint which I couldn't ever handle. Also from a cultural standpoint, traditionally in Indian culture, sex is done between husband and wife, and it's done after marriage. And that's what happened with my parents. That's what I saw in Bollywood movies growing up in the 90s and the early 2000s. Now look, in reality, people do whatever now, right? But that's just what I grew up watching. Yeah. So that's the cultural standpoint. And also, on a more serious note, people of any culture who lead promiscuous lifestyles, it's a very risky situation health-wise. STDs, UTIs for us women, accidental pregnancy. By practicing abstinence, I stay away from all that.
And so how do you picture the first time for you? Is it are you married? Are you with a partner that you've been romantic?
Do you know what? Can I just say, I'm going to have to say this, Sonali. I'm going to have to say this. What if he is a disappointment? you are married, you are stuck, you haven't test drove that vehicle. How do you know that he's going to be able to push all the right buttons? I'm nervous for you.
I'm speechless.
She won't.
I do. No, but
She won't know, will she?
Well, I know, but
you've got to understand. I've got a friend of mine. I've got a friend of mine who had an arranged marriage.
Okay.
And they've only ever
known one
seen
person.
each other. They're the only people that have ever done anything with each other. Therefore, they don't know whether they're any good.
True.
You've got no benchmark.
You've got no benchmark.
Same with my parents. And look, they created me. So.
And you're clearly
And was
perfect.
that an achievement? No, I'm joking.
Ignore him. He thinks he's funny. But I do think that your outlook on life is quite beautiful.
What do you do with your day? What
do I do with my
so
day?
obviously you're not.
Are you dating?
You're not.
You are dating.
You're not dating. You're not doing.
No, she is dating.
Oh, you are dating.
She's just not making love. That's all.
I listen, dating is a life skill. I was forbidden from developing that skill growing up. So fast forward to today, I don't date because I don't know how to date. Instead, I eat dates every night in my luxury apartment, as you can see behind me.
It's very beautiful. Can I ask you on a serious note, Sonali, so what happens, at what point do you address that you are a virgin to a guy, and how does it go down?
So I don't date as per the very definition of dating, but when I serendipitously meet a man who I have a great initial conversation with, there's a great chemistry and connection, and then let's say we go out, and then when they express that, he'd like to kiss me or, do more and be physically intimate, that's when I reveal my truth.
Right, okay.
And let me tell you,
so
their jaws drop.
I bet.
Their jaws drop. They're
So-
like, how is that possible? You're so beautiful. I'm like, listen, I know.
You're right, yeah. But so basically, we're looking for a husband, aren't we? Is what's happening here. So you're holding out for a hero.
I'm looking for my Nick Jonas. Yes.
Yes. Yeah.
Well, is that the big fat one off War
No,
Dogs?
No, it
it's
isn't.
not. No,
It's
you're
the
too
handsome.
old to know Nick Jonas
Yeah,
is
you don't
Andre.
know who that is.
What's that Jonas one? The other one.
I don't know what you're
I-
talking
One who's
about.
off Wolf of Wall Street.
I haven't got a.
Oh, that's
okay.
That's Leonardo DiCaprio.
Yeah.
No, Jonah Hill.
Jonah Hill.
Yeah, I thought you were after Jonah Hill. I was thinking,
I don't know who that
I'm
is.
your
Does
man.
he know me?
I'm Jonah Hill. If she liked,
I like
want
funny
what-
guys. There's nothing wrong with that.
I want what Priyanka Chopra has with Nick Jonas. I don't think that's too much
Yes.
to ask.
Yeah. So just to get serious here, and I'm going to be. Basically, you are 36 years young. However, there is a window of time for a woman to have a child. Does that worry you at all? Are babies in your future?
If I wanted to have children the conventional way, I would have found a way to do it by now, with or without a man. If kids are in the cards for me in the future, again, with or without a man, it would have to be through surrogacy or adoption.
Yeah. So you've obviously thought about that. So this is obviously clearly very important to you for that to be something that you've also considered. Because
Look, can I ask you a serious question as well?
Of course.
So obviously, look, it's very clear that you are a strong-willed person who's made decisions about your life that some people will want to emanate and other people will not want to emanate. But that's the nature of life choices, isn't it? And the fact that not everyone's going to do what you do doesn't really matter. But do you have anything that you believe would be unique take on the world that you can give to people as a result of your experiences? How's it made you enriched by doing this?
I realized I'd rather be alone than with the wrong person, with the wrong man.
wow.
And so I think there's some truth to that. I've actually only been kissed by 6 men and they've all hurt me. And, but I've never hurt them. I've given them nothing but love and just affection. But then at the end of the day, they keep hurting me, they keep ghosting me. And so I realized I'd rather just be by myself in my
I think
nice
we're out of time, actually.
I'm
okay.
so sorry.
That's-
Sonali Chandra, absolute pleasure to chat with you. What a lovely lady. Complete respect for her choices.